Okay, 7.4, day 1, we are adding and subtracting rational expressions, but more of the basics. Rational expressions are fractions. So remember, if you add two fractions, if they have the same denominator, like 3/5 plus 4/5, I keep the denominator the same and then I add the numerator. So 3 plus 4 is 7/5. We're going to do the same thing with these fractions. They just have some algebraic parts to it. So for example 1, we're going to add rational expressions with a common denominator. So this has a denominator of x minus 1, and this one has the same. Since they both have a denominator of x minus 1, I keep the common denominator, and then I just add the numerators. So if I do 2 plus 3, I get 5. And then I don't see anything that simplifies, so that's my answer. Okay, easy, right? Okay, keep going ahead. Okay, for b, 7 over 5x plus 2 over 5x, they both have a denominator of 5x. So I'm going to go ahead and add their numerator. So 7 plus 2, I get 9. Does 9 over 5x simplify? No, it doesn't. So I'll leave it like that. Okay, C. The common denominator is 6x. And if I add the numerators, I get 11 plus 4 is 15. Does that simplify? This one does simplify. Because I can divide 15 and 6 both by 3. So that's going to go 15 divided by 3 is 5. 6x divided by 3 is 2x. So simplified answer is 5 over 2x. Let's keep going. Okay, for D, they have a common denominator of 4x. Perfect. I'm going to add their numerator. So if I do 2x plus 7, they're not like terms. So my answer is going to be 2x plus 7 over 4x. And then I'm going to leave it like that. There's no common factor on the 2x or the 7, so that's the best I can do. Let's look at E. Common denominator is x plus 3. If I add the numerators, I have x plus 4, which is x plus 4. Okay, and then that's my final answer. If there was a common factor, I would simplify it or do something, but these ones we're just going to practice adding. Okay, common denominator is x minus 1. Let me add the numerators. Oh, I see some like terms. So the x plus the 3x is going to be 4x. And then the 2 minus 7 is minus 5. So 4x minus 5 over x minus 1. Okay, common denominator is x squared. Okay, let's add the like terms. X plus x is 2x. And then if I do minus 3 plus minus 4, I get minus 7. So 2x minus 7 over x squared is my final answer. Okay, last one on this side. It has a common denominator. It looks like a complicated one, but they match. So as long as they match, they're common. Okay, and then my numerator is 2x plus x is 3x. And I still have the plus 10. So 3x plus 10 over x times x plus 2. Okay, example 2, we're going to subtract rational expressions, and they are going to have a common denominator for us. So on this one, I can see that for A, it's 3 over x plus 5 minus 7 over x plus 5, which is great because they both have a common denominator of x plus 5. Okay, and then just be careful because I'm doing 3 and I'm minusing 7. So 3 minus 7 is negative 4. Let's look at B. 5x over x minus 4 minus 3x over x minus 4. So the common denominator is x minus 4. And then I'm doing 5x minus 3x, which is 2x's. Let's look at the next one. 5x plus 7 over 6x minus x plus 4 over 6x. So the common denominator is 6x. Now I need to be kind of careful here because I'm going to do 5x minus x, which is 4x. Okay, but then I'm also going to do 7 minus 4, which is 3. So make sure you're minusing both of the terms, or you could distribute the minus. You could make this a minus x minus 4 and do like terms. But do make sure you are subtracting everything. Okay, let's try D. Common denominator is x squared. Okay, and then I'm going to carefully subtract. If I do x minus x, what do I get? I get nothing. They cancel. Okay, if I do 1 minus negative 6, 1 minus negative 6, I'm doing 1 plus 6, so I'm going to get 7. Okay, so my answer is 7 over x squared. Okay, last example. They do not have a common denominator, so we're going to make a common denominator, and then we will add or subtract. Okay, so I see that this denominator is 6x, it's 4 over 6x, this is 1 over 2x. What could I do? I'm going to try to make the 2x into a 6x, because I know that if I do 2x times 3, I will get 6x. If I do it to the denominator, I do it to the numerator. Okay, let me rewrite this. So now I have 4 over 6x plus 3 over 6x. So now I have a common denominator of 6x. And then if I have 4 plus 3, I have 7 over 6x. Okay, for B, 3 over 5x minus 7 over 10x. They do not have a common denominator. Let's see, let me look at the smaller one. Can I make the smaller one turn into the bigger one? To get 10x, I could times by 2. So let's times by 2, top and bottom. So I get 6 over 10x minus 7 over 10x. Now the common denominator is 10x, and then if I do 6 minus 7, I get negative 1. Okay, let's try a couple more. For C, I have 3x over 14 plus x plus 1 over 7. Let me look at this smaller number. Can I turn that into 14? Yes, I can do it by timesing 2. Okay, if I times 2 on the bottom, I do it on the top, but I have to times the whole thing by 2. Okay, so let's rewrite this. Okay, now I'm timesing everything by 2 here. So this is 2 times x, and this is 2 times 1. So this is going to be 2x plus 2 over 7 times 2 is 14. So now I have a common denominator of 14. And then if we're adding, so 3x plus 2x is 5x. And then I'll bring over the plus 2. So my answer is 5x plus 2 over 14. Okay, I fixed the typo. Okay, for D, 2x plus 4 over 21x squared plus x minus 2 over 3x squared. Denominators are not common. If I look at this smaller one, if I want to I have 3, I want 21. So let me times by 7. And then I'll multiply the entire numerator by 7. Okay, the first fraction was fine. The second fraction, I wanted it to have 21x squared. So I have to times the numerator by 7. So 7x minus 2 times 7, 14. Okay, common denominator is 21x squared. And if I do 2x plus 7x, I get 9x. And if I do 4 plus negative 14, I get negative 10. So my answer is 9x minus 10 over 21x squared.